We're an analyst firm that covers business intelligence, data warehousing, and IT subject matter for professionals who need advice and research and access to that type of information. The hybrid data ecosystem is some research that we've been working on, and it follows trends that are evolving rather quickly in the BI and data warehousing space. And at its core, the data warehouse has always been the center focus of our world. Almost all the data we dealt with was centric to a data warehouse, and now it's starting to evolve in a different direction. And one of the evolution points, or one of the causes to that is that the world is changing around us, and analytics is changing. Our users are becoming more sophisticated, the technologies are becoming stronger, so it allows us to do things we couldn't do in the past. Thirdly, the economics of what we do has evolved, and it's cheaper to do sophisticated things that were too expensive to do in the past, and so that's opening the door for new opportunities. And then there's a lot of data out there that we used to sort of ignore in the space. It was too hard to get to, unstructured information. You know, the old saying used to be that we were only dealing with about 20% of the data opportunity, and 80% of the data went untouched in the enterprise. And now we have these brand new systems that we can start touching and using that other 80%, and we've added new data. So there's great data coming from social media that we're integrating into analytics. There's new data coming from machines and from sensor data and so on. So all four of those are really causing a shift towards an expanded ecosystem, and so we're starting to see new solutions find their way alongside of the enterprise data warehouse, and these new solutions match workload and data for the best possible platform to execute the problem on. So the ecosystem is getting wider, it's getting more difficult to manage, but it's certainly an interesting trend. You know, I think alongside of the trends for change are these new technologies. Cloud is really finding a home in the hybrid data ecosystem. Big data is a big buzzword, but the frameworks that support big data are finding a home in our ecosystems as well. And the third one that we see that is being leveraged a lot more than it had been in previous years is the analytic platforms have really found a solid spot and are really doing some incredible things in the space. You know, it's interesting. Data virtualization technology has been around for a long time, and it's been used as a point solution and a way to solve certain problems. But for right now, data virtualization, the market's sort of turning towards data virtualization. As we expand the ecosystem and we put more tools in place to manage our data and more analytic platforms there, you know, this best possible platform for the problem, something's got to keep this stuff connected. Otherwise, you create silos, and no one wants more silos for analytics. We want a unified ecosystem that we can use for analytics. Technology from data integrators, such as data virtualization, is an enabler to us growing further into a hybrid data ecosystem. I think anybody who's embracing the new changes that we're seeing and isn't afraid to step a little bit away from an enterprise data warehouse and towards some of these new tools, my advice to them would be is as you move towards these new tools, move with partners that can give you innovative approaches to data integration and innovative approaches to data management overall. As you create new tools and new areas within an ecosystem, you want to be able to manage them, govern them, make sure that you are automatically making the workloads do what they need to do. It can become very complex. If you add too many tools to a toolbox, eventually it's hard to manage. So you definitely want to have a partner from a data management standpoint, workload automation standpoint, and as we've been talking about, a data virtualization, data integration standpoint.